I prefer to be a queen of a small tribe and be honored in my own realm than be a queen of vast empire and be subservient to another. One life is all we have and we live it, as we believe in living it. But to sacrifice what you are and to live without belief, that is a fate more terrible than dying. I would rather go to any extreme than suffer anything that is unworthy of my reputation or of that of my crown. I am one of the people who love the wire things. Were there none who were discontented with what they have, the world would never reach anything better. One never notices what has been done. One can only see what remains to be done. I must learn to be content with being happier than I deserve. I freed 1,000 slaves. I could have freed 1,000 more, if only they knew they were slaves. Memories of our lives, of our works and our deeds, will continue in others. The most effective way to do it is to do it. I drank because I wanted to drown my sorrows, but now the damned things have learned to swim. Lock up your libraries if you like, but there is no gate, no lock, no bolt that you can set upon the freedom of my mind. We are not interested in the possibilities of defeat. They do not exist. Not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. I do not wish women to have power over men, but over themselves. If you want something said, ask a man. If you want something done, ask a woman. Martyrdom does not end something. It is only a beginning. I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts, but I don't see myself being queen of this country. If women want rights more than they got, why don't they just take them and not be talking about it? I declare to you that women must not depend upon the protection of man, but must be taught to protect theirself, and there I take my stand. I am too intelligent, too demanding, and too resourceful for anyone to be able to take charge of me entirely. When the whole world is silent, even one voice becomes powerful. When there are no ceilings, the sky's the limit. The biggest adventure you can ever take is to live the life of your dreams. No one has ever become poor by giving. I shall never surrender my rights and privileges as a daughter of the country. Those who don't know how to weep with their whole heart don't know how to laugh either. He who is capable of creating great things, but not changing the state of the world, is not capable of changing anything. The easiest kind of relationship for me is with 10,000 people. The hardest is with one. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. Freedom is not the sole prerogative of a chosen few, but the universal right of all God's children. The more you know, the less you assume. The best things in life are free. The second best things are very, very expensive. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. The fact that I was a woman never troubled. It was my obstinate opinion that all human beings were equal, and that any discrimination between them was wrong. Those who do not move, do not notice their chains. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. Champions keep playing until they get it right. No one can make you feel inferior without your consent. The decision to have children is to accept that your heart will forever walk outside your body. I am no longer accepting the things I cannot change. I am changing the things I cannot accept. The best journalism happens when we ask the hard questions. We must be respected and our rights respected. The men will not treat us kindly unless they are forced to. Reserve your right to think, for even to think wrongly is better than not to think at all. Heaven and earth are great, but greater still is the virtue of a just and upright ruler. Invention, it must be humbly admitted, does not consist in creating out of void, but out of chaos. I am not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. The important thing is never to stop questioning. Leadership is a two-way street, loyalty up and loyalty down. There are two ways of spreading light, to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. A free race cannot be born of slave mothers. I counted everything. I counted the steps to the road, the steps up to church, the number of dishes and silverware I washed. Anything that could be counted, I did. Filipinos want beauty. I have too. Look beautiful, so that the poor Filipinos will ever start a looker from their slums. We can't save the world by playing by the rules, because the rules have to be changed. I avoid looking back. I prefer good memories to regrets. Real change, enduring change, happens one step at a time. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. I've learned that making a living is not the same thing as making a life. Your silence will not protect you. The bitterest tears shed over graves are for words left unsaid, and deeds left undone. If there's a book that you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it. I never hurt nobody but myself, and that's nobody's business but my own. Hope is the thing with feathers, that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. The only interesting answers are those that destroy the questions. Put your ear down close to your soul and listen hard. I never paint dreams or nightmares. I paint my own reality. To create one's own world takes courage. You can't be what you can't see. The true face of poverty is not just hunger or homelessness, but also the loss of hope. Never be limited by other people's limited imaginations. Equal rights plus courage equals a world transformed. Happiness can be found, even in the darkest of times, if one only remembers to turn on the light. The purpose of learning is to gain knowledge, and the purpose of knowledge is to aid in the betterment and happiness of mankind. I think everyone should be told they're beautiful until they believe it. Aging is not lost youth, but a new stage of opportunity and strength.
Kindly support this channel. Thank you.